Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Tara Arnold, and today I'm going to be consciously channeling Ascended Master Saint Germain with some tips he's been bringing in over the past few days to assist people on their journey to receive more abundance. And before we begin, I just want to say thank you to everyone who came out to our last live channeled event. And the next live channeled event will be on Zoom January 7th. It's a Saturday. And if you can't make it, you can still sign up and we will send you the recording. But it's to kickstart the new year for weight loss. So if your New Year's resolution is going to be like to get in shape and to get healthy and lose weight, then this channeled session is for you. So it's going to be a good one. I hope to see you there. And whoever signs up their name gets entered to win one of our violet flame infused necklaces. So I channeled the violet flame into the design of these necklaces. So you can have the violet flame on you to help transmute dark back to light or fears back to love throughout your day. So I've been receiving downloads from Saint Germain over the past few days on how to create more abundance, how to manifest easier, and I'm so excited to share this with you. So the first thing he was showing me is like magnetic field. So everyone has a magnetic field, like in your energy field, there's like the law of magnetism. So there's this magnetic field. And he's showing me that like the planet has a North Pole and a South Pole. And we are all vibrating in one of those poles, and we're attracting that opposite of that pole because opposites in magnetism attract. So if you take a magnet, one side of the magnet has a south pole, one side of the magnet has a north pole. And if you put two magnets together, if it's both south poles, they're going to repel each other. And if it's two north poles, they're going to repel each other. But if you have a north pole and a south pole, then they stick together and they magnetize. They are attracted to each other. So as we are here in our reality, what are you attracting? Like, look around you. Are you an empath that keeps attracting narcissists? What pole are you vibrating at? Are you repelling money, or are you repelling something that you want to create in your reality? So it's about switching our magnetic pole. And you can do this by putting the intention, go into meditation, and put the intention that you're going to switch your magnetic pole to begin attracting what you desire instead of repelling what you desire. So when I muscle test, so you can muscle test to find out what pole are you vibrating in right now. And I was vibrating in a south pole. So the south pole, if I'm vibrating south pole and I'm not attracting something that I'm desiring. So say that I would like more money. Then if I'm not attracting it, then money must be in a south pole as well. So switching my pole to north pole is going to attract the south pole to me. So everywhere in your reality, if you just go into meditation and just kind of visualize, like, what do I really attract to me? Like, what's always coming to me that I'm not comfortable with? Or what am I always repelling that I wish I had more of? And then doing it by a visualization. It's putting the intention and visualizing. So visualize your whole body as a magnet. And on the outside of this magnet, switch the pole to that what you want to attract. So if you want to use muscle testing to find out like where am I vibrating, what pole am I vibrating in, then I have muscle testing videos. They're in my playlist, how-to playlist. And so you can learn how to muscle test or use a pendulum to find out what pole are you vibrating in. And then switch your pole by putting the intention, going into meditation, laying quietly and saying that from now on, everything that I wish to attract, I'm going to switch my magnetic pole to attract more of that to me. So you don't have to muscle test everything to find out what am I repelling? You already know what you're repelling. What's not coming to you? What is it that you're not manifesting? So switching your pole to attract that which you desire. So if I'm a south pole and I'm always attracting narcissists, they're in the north pole. So I'm going to switch my pole to north, and so that their narcissist will repel and not come and attack me. So play with that, have fun, use it as a visualization. Just visualize yourself as a magnet and then what you wish to attract as a magnet, and then visualize like the opposite pole. So just write it in your visualization, just write it on your magnet that you're this pole and they're that pole, and you're going to attract it to you. So opposites attract. So there you go. That's tip number 1. So tip number 2 is when you're at your lowest of lows, taking full responsibility that you created this in your reality for your highest good, and embracing it and loving it just as much as the times when you're in your highest of highs. So if you're in lack and you're vibrating in lack and everything coming to you is lack, you need to take responsibility that you created it. This is different than causing it. You did not cause something, because that will put blame and shame on you. It's, I created this for my highest good in my reality, or it wouldn't be showing up. So if you've created it, it's for a reason. So really going into the feeling of why did I create this and what feelings are coming up, and embracing and loving those feelings. So if you're in really big lack and poverty and you're upset about that, you're just repelling it, and it's going to keep getting repeated. So if you just fully embrace it and accept it, when you're in that lack, then it can switch to the high. So you know how life goes up and down, up and down. So when the lows are coming in, they're showing me like seasons. So Saint Germain saying it's like seasons. So places that it gets really cold. So we're in Canada, so it gets like winters are cold. That would be like the low season. And then our spring and summer and fall are nice. So it's like, oh, those are the high seasons. So it's like embracing the low season. So in the winter, people can find a lot of beauty in the winter. They can go skiing, they can go sleigh rides, outdoor campfire, overnight in the snow. Like they can build snowmen, they can go sliding. Like there's so much fun and beauty in the winter. Instead of like focusing on the bitter cold or focusing on the negative, like, you know, the power going out, or being snowed in, having to shovel, hurting your back. So when you're in the lows, the seasons of the lows in your life, or the seasons that you are reaping, or the seasons that you're attracting and creating more abundance, you must embrace those both the same way, with love and gratitude for creating it in your reality, because it's showing you something. So it's bringing up an emotion that must be transmuted from fears back to love if you're in your lows. So if I'm having lack, I just give gratitude to it, and I go into meditation. I'm like, show me what, why I'm creating this. And I start to love and embrace it. So I might feel something in the sacral chakra or the root chakra. And it might be an emotion of, you know, embarrassment or humiliation for having lack or not having as much as other people. And then I just, I allow that to come to the surface, and I embrace it with love and fully accept it. And then it transmutes faster, so I can go back into the highs and the season where I'm, you know, enjoying the nice weather, enjoying the rewards and the abundance that's flowing in. So the quicker you can transmute it, the quicker you can get out of those lows. And it's by surrendering and allowing, having faith, not wavering in your faith, not questioning, not blaming, but fully accepting it and taking responsibility that you created it and embracing it, and it can transmute instantly. So have fun with that one. So the third tip that Saint Germain was showing me is that you can't create a solution in the same vibration that you created the problem in. Meaning that when you are creating problems or something that you perceive as a problem, because everything is imperfection. So it's just our ego perception that something is a problem. So anything that you consider to be a problem in your reality, where were you vibrating at? Were you being negative, having negative thoughts? Were you complaining a lot? Were you comparing yourself to other people? So when you're in that vibration of lack, you just it kind of snowballs and you create more lack. And I know a lot of you already know this, but it's kind of a reminder. It's where was I vibrating at when I created that reality? Where was I vibrating in? Well, I want to move to a different vibration in order to create the solution. So when you move into a different vibration, it's like, okay, everything that I was thinking at that time, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to start to change things up, just changing things up. It's like wearing clothes that you don't wear, doing your hair differently than you ever do it, eating different foods, like change everything up to get into a different vibration. Start finding happiness and joy and abundance in little things around you, like connecting to the consciousness of water when you're washing your hands and giving it gratitude, or praying over your glass of water before you drink it and putting good intentions in that. So when you drink the water, it goes into every cell in your body and changes the vibration, because our bodies there's a lot of water in our bodies. And so if you always are putting the intention into your water, that is like love, divine love. If you're channeling that energy into your water, then that's what you're drinking and that's what you'll start vibrating in. So changing your vibration, changing your thoughts, finding the abundance around you. Like, what is it in my life that I do have, that I really love, that I am in gratitude for? Start giving gratitude. It changes the vibration. And then the problem that you perceive to be a problem, the solution can come in then, because you've changed your vibration. So this is a no-brainer one because all of you already know this. It's kind of a reminder, but it is a great tip. So the fourth tip that Saint Germain was showing me to create more abundance in our lives is that if you're an empath, so an empath is one who feels everything. So if you're an empath, you feel the consciousness within everything. So all the material items, like people are letting go of their ego attachments to these material items. But with an empath, the empath feels the consciousness within everything. And as soon as they feel the consciousness within everything, the ego comes in and says, because you can feel God's love within that, or the universe's love within that, that means you need that to love you back. So even if you're letting go of your materialistic attachments, or like things that you're attached to in your reality, like we've been letting go of our attachments to people or needing people to love us. But when you're letting go of your materialistic attachments, Saint Germain's saying, make sure that you detach from needing that to love you. So if you are a foodie and you love your food and you're eating your food and you're like, this is amazing, and you're like, okay, I want to let go of my attachment to food. It's not just saying, okay, I'm going to detach and start to eat just to live instead of living to eat. It's going a step further and saying that I don't need the consciousness of that food to love me back. So if you are attached to your clothes, like if you have a favorite sweater, there is consciousness in that sweater and you're feeling it, automatically your ego says, we need that sweater to love us back. And if somebody ripped that sweater or stole that sweater, you get sad. Why are you getting sad? Because you needed that consciousness within that to love you back. So it's not just like detaching, like I'm going to like detach from my attachment to my favorite sweater. It's I'm going to detach from my favorite sweater, but I'm also going to say that I don't require that sweater, the consciousness within that sweater, to love me back. So I hope you understand with these few examples. It took me a little bit to get what he was saying, because I'm like, well, I've let go of my, ego attachments, but he's saying, yes, but if you make a pizza and you love your pizza and it drops on the floor, you get upset. You're still feeling the sense of rejection. Why are you feeling a sense of rejection if you can't eat your pizza? It's because you've attached the consciousness within that, needing it to love you back. So it's like everything that the empath feels, putting the intention that I'm going to detach from it, from my ego, and I'm not going to need that to love me. I'm going to go in and love myself without needing something outside of myself to love me. And he's saying that we're all doing a great job, like detaching from people outside of us, like detaching from needing our family and friends to love us and finding that within ourselves. But there's some materialistic things that we're still saying that we need that to love us back. Like we need to feel warmth and love from that. Simply because we're feeling the consciousness within it, and the ego's telling us, then if you feel that consciousness, then you need that. So just kind of be aware if you're an empath and you're feeling the consciousness within everything to not need that to love you back. And that's it for the fourth tip. So the fifth tip that Saint Germain is bringing in about creating more abundance and manifesting in your reality is that those who are manifesting something big, and you've been working on your manifestation for a while and feel like you're in alignment with it, right before a big manifestation happens, he wants you to know that the universe has to rearrange energies to make that appear in your reality. So at the beginning, the universe is going to bring you in like small windfalls. So you'll have like a small amount of abundance come in, and then the universe sees your reaction to that. Like, did you panic? If you feel overwhelmed? Did you, like, if it was money coming in and you got a windfall of money, did you start to fear that you're going to get in trouble for your taxes or something? So it's like what happens when I receive a small amount of money that's like considered like a small windfall, or a small amount of abundance? Like maybe you receive a lot of love. Like, how am I reacting to that? If I receive a lot of attention and love all at once, do I start to shut down and have people like push people away? Like, how are you reacting to what you're desiring? So if you're desiring a soulmate and all of a sudden you're a woman and all these men start paying attention to you, do you go and hide? Because the universe is like, well, you wanted it and I'm bringing it in, but I'm seeing how you're reacting to it. And it's reacting based on your vibration. So embrace that. So if you're finding like, oh, I've just asked the universe for a soulmate and all these men start paying attention to me and I went and shut down. I'm like hiding in my room and I'm getting depressed and I won't get out of bed. I won't go out anywhere. Embrace those emotions that are coming up, because the faster you can transmute those back to love, like whoever's scared, like maybe it's your inner child that's scared to receive that much attention at once, work with your inner child to be comfortable receiving attention so that you can attract your soulmate. Or if you're panicking that you're going to go to jail for tax fraud when money flows in, then bring that to the surface and transmute that from your past lifetimes of going to prison for tax fraud. So whatever is coming up, the universe is watching and responding to your vibration. So when you do start to get this like little windfall of your manifestation, how are you reacting? Really observe it, go into meditation and bring it to the surface and just love it and not judge yourself. Like, it's all about not judging yourself. Then what happens is the universe will start to shift the energy again, because you've transmuted all those fears of receiving that abundance. Because most of us that want big manifestations, we are not equipped to receive them yet. So it's just coming in a little windfalls, and then you kind of look at yourself and say, okay, how did I react to that? And then once you've transmuted that back to love by just allowing it to come up and not judging it, but saying, I'm not going to be afraid the next time that I attract men to me, I'm going to have more confidence because I've worked with my inner child. Or the next time money flows in, I'm not going to panic that I'm going to prison for tax fraud because I've already transmuted that. So then the universe will bring you in the next windfall. So in between this space, a couple months might go by, and then you receive another windfall, and then observe, how do I react? And then eventually the big windfall comes. But right before the big windfall comes, it's going to be like an emptiness. It's going to be a standstill. It's going to be like nothing's coming in. It's like almost like everything that was flowing, like, you know, maybe you were attracting all these men and then nothing for your soulmate. And then all of a sudden the soulmate comes in. It's because the universe, when you finally are ready to receive your big manifestation, the universe is shifting energies, and it's almost like you're frozen in time, or it's like everything stops. And so just get excited at that point. Like, okay, everything stopped, but I'm not panicking. It's not going to happen. It's almost like a comfort feeling, like it's a comfort feeling of being home, or a comfort feeling of knowing, like having total faith. And it's like a standstill. And then right at that standstill, all of a sudden the universe will surprise you with your manifestation, your big manifestation. So if you're having those ups and downs with what you're like desiring to manifest, what you've been working on, don't get frustrated when that happens. This is a good sign. So those are my tips from Saint Germain. It was a lot of fun downloading those, and he's showing me the month of December is a good month to manifest. So get into your manifestation vibration, and, you know, start that new year with a new outlook, and know that you can create your reality any way you desire, that there's things coming up that have to be transmuted. Take full responsibility that everything in your reality you have created for your highest good, and give gratitude and no judgment, and you'll be on your way into your big manifestations. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.